It's time for the trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen. It's time for the Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Oh yeah. The Trucker John live stream. Come along for a good time. It's a good time, good time, good time, good time. Trucker John live stream. Gonna be a good time. Gonna be the time of your life. Gonna talk some shit. Hush your mouth. Gonna talk a little smack. Gonna talk whatever comes of it. You're gonna always wanna come back. Oh yeah, it's the Trucker John live stream. He's the biggest, baddest, funniest mother you've ever seen. Watch your mouth, he's headed south. Not even sure what that means, but if it's one thing I know, the Trucker John live stream is the best thing you've ever seen.
Project 2025 would dismantle democracy as we know it.
He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, no, other than day one.
Is a vision of implementing a startlingly authoritarian form of the U.S. government.
Same thing with the unions. They get their little 5%. They get another 2%. They get another 3%, 4%. Then all of a sudden, they're making more money than the people that own the company.
Do you do larger cuts, corporate cuts?
Yeah, I was planning on doing it. In fact,
You believe in punishment for abortion, yes or no, as a principle?
there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
What's at stake here is democracy itself. It's now Donald Trump's party. And if he's elected, the consequences will be catastrophic.
such a flagrant, toxic narcissist that he wants to take down the entire democratic system with him if he goes.
And I didn't need little Bruce Springsteen and all of these.
Are you surprised that he's trash talking you after all this time?
Not really.
Yeah.
Anything's possible. The stewardship of the nation has been thrown away to somebody who doesn't have a clue as to what that means.
Bruce Springsteen, we have a much bigger crowd than Bruce Springsteen, right? Much bigger. Hillary got Bruce Springsteen, I'll never forget. And the place was pretty full. Not full like our places are full, and I don't have a guitar.
It was okay. It was so worth it. There is no one you would rather go to a Springsteen concert in Jersey with than him. Than that guy. Brooks.
For me, the transformational piece of music was Bruce Springsteen's The River.
Okay.
Which is a journey. You know all the tracks.
Yeah.
And I'm that guy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've been waiting for. Chug and Jump. All right. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Is everything working? I hope everything's on. Give me a thumbs up in that chat or something if you can hear me. Thumbs up or something that says, yeah, we hear you. Something of that nature, just to let me know. All right, looks like Fancy was first. Fancy's first. Yay. And we're getting started a little late today, 11:31 p.m. Hal Sparks went a little extra. I don't like to start, since this is the Hal Sparks after show hangout. I don't like to start the show until Hal Sparks is actually over with. So he went about 20-something minutes long, almost a half hour long. So that's why we're getting a little bit of a late start. But it is 11:32. It's already 94 degrees here in beautiful Las Vegas. Expected high of 101 degrees. I'm sure we're probably close to 15 degrees above normal for this time of year. This is not normal. Just in case anyone's wondering, this temperature, this high heat is not normal. Way above average. Anyhow, just saying hi to the chat. Fancy was here first. Jupiter Judy second in the driver's lounge, as I like to call it. And let's see. So Fancy, Jupiter, Judy in there. We got hey, Roxanne's here. Good to see Roxanne. Aaron West. Hey, Aaron. All right, good to see Aaron. Thanks for being here. Thanks for modding, being so mod. Extraordinaire. Hey, there's Tracy BR. I was born in the USA. Me too. Ain't that a coincidence? But good to see you, Tracy. I don't think I've seen Tracy BR in here before, so thanks for being here. I hope you like, subscribe, and share. Speaking of shares, we did get some subscriptions up from the last show. I was really trying to work the crowd here and get the show for my birthday to get some subs. And we got a few. We're up to like 3380 something in the 3380s. Congratulations to Hal Sparks. I guess he just broke the 75,000 mark. I would love to be at 75,000. I'm like Hal. I really want to get one of those plaques when you get 100,000, and I think I would hang it maybe like right here. I got a spot for my plaque right here. Anyhow, we got a long way to go, but and it's all wherever we get, however many we get, how the show grows. It's all because of you guys helping out with the likes and the subscribes and the sharing, the chatting, getting us out there in the algorithm and all that good stuff. Tony TB is here. Hey, listening, working. All right, Tony, good to see you. Glad to have you here while you work. Hey, Witchy Woman's here. Witchy Woman says, hey guys, I had 4 dental appointments, but finally got 2 infected teeth pulled, and the pain makes me happy because I am not going to die of sepsis. Yeah, you don't want to die of sepsis. I'm glad you're getting that stuff done, getting that taken care of, and once it's all over with, you'll feel a lot better. So, witchy woman, Kimchi, I hope you're on a quick road to recovery there. And feel better soon, like Aaron says. Feel better soon. Let's see. Tracy BR's got the American flag going. I was born in the USA. Marsha's here. I can hear you. Thank you, Marsha. Thanks for letting me know. And thanks for being here. Good to see Marsha in the driver's lounge. Chat room, a.k.a. chat room. I don't know. Jack McCool, the coolest name on the internet, is here. The Tina Peters sentencing was great and loved it. Yeah, that was sweet. I got to admit, that was pretty sweet. And I'm just thinking, if she's getting 9 years, fucking Donald Trump should get life, as far as I'm concerned. Let's see. Tony TB, working static for a second. Good now. Okay. David Windler's here. Apparently, the little arrow up thing is agreeing with Tony TB, I guess. Roxanne, oh my goodness, what you woman. Oh, yeah, I'm glad you're glad. I'm glad if you're glad. Hey, Mike H is here. Good to see Mike H, our resident troll, who's not been so trolly lately, and so I guess that's good. But good to see you, Mike H, or Joel the Troll, as I like to call him, because I think his real name is Joel. David Windler says hi to John and Roxanne and Kimchi. Marsha says Tina Peters' sentencing is saved to my favorites. Yeah, the judge was just not having it. He was not having it. Fancy says 76 here, expecting 82. That sounds nice. That sounds like some nice LA weather. Witchy woman says, yeah, I've been dealing with it for a month. Glad it's over. Well, I hope you're feeling better soon. Get that whole situation taken care of. Hey, there's Jolie. Jolie says, howdy, friends. Well, howdy back at you, Jolie. Good to see you. Thanks for being in here and helping out with the mod duties. The duties of which are mod. Big Hook. The Big Canuck says, Erin is a mod-earn woman. All righty then. Wes Webb's here, says, oh my, can't stay long. Entertain me, Chugger John. Don't be boring. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't put my hopes up on that, Wes. I wouldn't really get my hopes up about being entertained and not being boring. So, you get what you get. Mike H says hello to Roxanne. I mean, don't you find this entertaining? Me reading the chats back to you? Is that not the best? Maria Ali says, hey, trying to have a better attendance record. Yes, we're marking you tardy, though. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, better late than never is what I always say. So thanks for being here. Glad you made it. Marsha, I just subscribed today. Thank you, Marsha. Thank you so much. That is very, very awesome. Great way to support the show. And it always makes me feel a little bit happy right here in my heart when I get a new subscriber. So thank you so much for making my heart feel happy. Witchy woman says, but you got some B-Day money as a sweet bonus. I did. You guys were great. That was a great thing, and I really appreciate the support. Jojo Mojo Jojo's here. Hello. I just love saying that name, Jojo Mojo Jojo. Great to see you here, though, Jojo. I might shorten it a little bit every now and then, though. Big Hook. Jolie has a turtle toe fascination. Yes, we've learned that, haven't we? We learned that Jolie has this obsession with her turtles' cute little toesy woesies. And they are cute, I got to say. I got to admit. Wes Webb, that's not enough years for betraying the trust of us all. For Tina Peters or for Trump? Because I said Trump should get life. You can't get any more than that. And for Tina Peters, yeah, maybe 9's not enough. I guess you're just a strict old son of a bitch, aren't you? No, I'm just kidding. Whatever. I'm glad. I mean, the reason I'm glad she got 9, because I think 9 years is a long time, and sometimes we're worried that some of these people won't get anything, But she's going to do 9 years, and I think she's kind of old, isn't she? Kind of old, and 9 years is a long time when you're an old person, because you might not make it. Is what I'm trying to say. You might not finish out the term, the sentencing. Marie Ali says Tina Peters made me think it was the Peters in San Diego that got popped for campaign finance crimes. Same realm of crimes, I guess, going for the Peters name. Really bringing down the Peters names, these Peters that are really doing bad stuff. All the Peters in the world are like, come on, man. Can't there be somebody else doing shitty stuff? Mike H says, Joel or Mike H is fine. Mike H is just rolling with it. Just going to roll with it. Oh, Mark Lungo has a question. Hello, Mark, by the way. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member and a subscriber, of course. Question, John. Did you hear Hal discussing how electric trucks might allow truckers to drive cross country in hours without stopping? He thinks drivers need breaks. What do you think? Mark Lungo, okay, that's all silly nonsense. The Department of Transportation has had long-standing rules called the hours of service rules, in which a truck driver, it doesn't matter if it's an electric truck, a truck driver can only drive or work beyond an on-duty status for 11 hours in a 14-hour period. So in other words, once you start your clock for the day, that starts your 14-hour clock. And during that 14 hours, you can only work, and that's either driving or if you're working doing other work, like dropping a trailer, hooking up a trailer, if you're doing any type of unloading of trailers. Any on-duty status, you can only do that for 11 hours in that 14-hour period. That means in that 14-hour period, you're going to have 3 hours worth of break time. And you can do that however you want. Like I would break mine up. I would usually drive for 4 hours, take an hour break for lunch and use the restroom and all that stuff, and then I get back on the road. And even though I still had 7 hours to drive, if I needed it, I usually didn't need 7 hours. I would usually just drive another 5 hours or so, maybe 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, maybe 6 hours. It just depended on my schedule, my delivery schedule, and how I was doing on time. And then I would just shut down, and then you shut down. And after that, after the 14-hour period, you must shut down for 10 hours and take a 10-hour rest break. And then after that 10 hours, you can start your 14-hour clock back up again. Now, if you, like for me, I never did, well, not never, I shouldn't say never. Usually I didn't use the whole 14 hours, right? I would, like I said, I would drive for 4, take an hour break. Then I would drive for 4 or 5 or 6 more hours. I still would have a couple hours left on my 14. And then, but I would just start my 10-hour break. And after my 10-hour break, I was good to go for my next 14-hour work slot. That's the way it is. That's the way it's been for years. They've had some changes here and there about hours of service, but they've had hours of service regulations in place for decades and decades. And so whatever, and Hal's not a truck driver, so he doesn't know all the rules. And I don't know if he was talking about Trump or Elon Musk or whoever about these electric trucks. If you have a driver behind the wheel, the driver has to adhere to those hours of service regulations. Doesn't matter if it's electric, doesn't matter if it's diesel powered, Now, if they have fully autonomous, that might be a whole different thing because there's no driver, obviously. But they're going to have, if they go to a fully autonomous truck, there's going to be a transition period where they're going to have a driver in the seat, even if it's autonomous. Now, and we're not there, and that's not what this vehicle is. But I'm just saying, when they do go fully autonomous, which they will at some point, but it might be 10 or 20 years from now or 30 years from now, where it's fully autonomous. But at some point, when they start doing that, they're going to have a driver in the seat, I believe. And that driver is going to have those hours of service rules, even if he's not, even if he's just sitting there and he's got his hands behind his head, and but he's sitting in the seat and the thing's driving itself. They're going to have hours of service rules, I believe. But we're not there yet. We're not at autonomous driving. So an electric vehicle, an electric truck that's on the road, the driver is going to have the same DOT hour of service rules that have been in place for decades. I hope that clears it up. I hope I didn't make that more confusing than apparently to some people it is. I guess once you're out there driving, and you're a driver, this stuff becomes like second nature. But if you're not a driver and you're not used to logbooks and you're not used to keeping track of your time like that, then it could be. I guess it gets confusing. But anyhow, so allowing drivers to drive cross country in hours without stopping. You're not going to cross country in hours. I mean, the trucks aren't going a million miles an hour. To go from LA to New York, it's still going to take 3 days or whatever. I don't know. It's going to take however long it takes. It's not going to be, unless you're teaming. Now there are teams, right? And you can keep the truck going 24/7 if you have a team. So one driver drives, the other driver sleeps, and then they take turns, and you can keep the truck rolling pretty much, just stopping for fuel and bathroom breaks. But that has nothing to do with the electric truck. Anyhow, I hope that cleared it up. I probably made it more confusing. I don't know. Big Hook is there talking to Kimchi. I'm going to skip down a little bit since I was going on that rant. There's Brenda Triplet. Good to see Brenda. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a subscriber and a member. And don't forget, we got Members Only Mondays. We've had 2 of those babies now, and we're going to have another one on this Monday. So if you want to get in on the Members Only Monday, you got to be a member. See how that works? Maria Ali says, CN. CN's here. I must have skipped CN being here, but thank you, CN, for checking in and hanging out with us. Witchy Woman says, not good enough a mod for this amazing channel, but I no longer cry myself to sleep, so I forgive John. Well, thank you for forgiving me. You might be too good to be a mod for this channel. Maria Ali says, don't get me started on my tardy marks, Dr. John. Okay. All right. Well, I did it in pencil, so I can probably erase that. Get you back to the good graces of the login book or whatever. I don't know. West Webb says, laughing out loud, I have ADHD. I can't lend my attention without attraction. At least you used to show us the road. Well, you got to look at the road. What can I tell you? Maybe you can go back and look at some of my old videos and be satisfied. Because my truck driving days, I think, are over. They're over. I'm done with it. I really am done with it. Because people have asked me before, like, am I ever going to go back to truck driving? Do I want to drive a truck? Do I miss it? I don't miss it at all. I really don't. Now, I wouldn't mind maybe trying out one of those new electric trucks, maybe, but I just don't want to be out on the road. It's just kind of, it gets to be kind of a horrible lifestyle after a while. I think it made me feel like almost like a prisoner or something, or like I was institutionalized. And it's taken me, since I've been off the road and I feel like I'm transitioning back into the real world by first I had this kind of a quasi apartment hotel thing going, and then now I've got this real apartment. Someday I might have a real house again. I don't know, but it's like this. It's been this weird kind of transition period of getting back into being a normal human being. That's how I feel anyhow. So, I don't know. West Webb, don't commit treason, man. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Okay, I'm skipping on down. So if I skip any of you guys' chats, don't get mad. You know, it's just that's just what you got to do. Otherwise, I'll never get to the bottom of it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Or do you know what I mean? Brenda Triplett says betraying the public trust is a serious thing. It is, absolutely. Bruce is here. Hey, Bruce, good to see you. Thanks for joining us in the chat room. Hope you hang out, and I hope you'll subscribe and like and share and all that good stuff. Bruce says, especially without her magnetic mattress. Yeah, what was that all about? And I liked how the judge says, you have lived a privileged life. You are like, basically, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but it was like you are the epitome of a person who is privileged. He really didn't hold back. I mean, it was kind of cool to see. But yeah, I mean, we're going to bicker about the time he gave her. He gave her 9 years. Maybe I'm just too easy. Because I'm like, yeah, give the bitch 9 years. Because I guess I'm thinking, like, I don't know, but they might only give her 2 years. What if she only gets probation or something? But he gave her 9 years. I think that's a lot. But, you know, whatever. You guys are just bloodthirsty, I think. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. Marcia says Tina Peters is another privileged rich woman who expects special treatment. Exactly. And the judge, like I said, the judge was not having it. He was not having it. Mark Lungo, Hal mentioned those regulations, but not to the detail that I did. He was very vague. He was very vague and very like trying to wing it. He was kind of winging it. I hope I laid it out very clearly, concisely, and very specific. I hope I gave you a very clear picture of how it actually works. Unlike Hal, who was kind of vague, trying to wing it, you know, trying his best as a non-trucker, you know. Not, you know, I'm not faulting him. I'm just saying. I was a trucker, and he wasn't. And I don't think he understands it all like he thinks he does. Witchy woman, there's a ton Hal doesn't know but pretends to. I think Hal's a really smart guy. He's definitely a very smart, very intelligent guy. But yeah, I mean, he doesn't, unless you were actually involved as being a trucker or being a DOT agent or something. I don't know, or dispatcher. Then you don't really know. Arizona Sunflowers. Hey, good to see AZ Sunflowers. Arizona Sunflower says, hello, Trucker John. Good to see you, my friend. That's years into the future. That's what I said. I said 10, 20, 30 years, I said. That's exactly what I said. Stephen Sayers is here. Hey, Stephen, good to see you. Stephen says that witchy woman can't wait to kick heels up going to grandma's. Marcia says, seeing it's really hard for me to watch my language on live chats because I'm always deleted for non-foul language. Yeah, if you don't use foul language, you will get booted. I don't know. Non-foul language? Yeah. So dirty it up, man. I'm just kidding. Hey, Wes Webb says the same way they do the drone strikes, the controller is not on the bomb, except in the movies. I have never seen a movie where the controller is on the bomb, other than maybe Dr. Strangelove. Okay. I've seen it depicted where they're in a little trailer somewhere, the drone operator in up here in Nevada usually or something, and they're operating a drone that's in Afghanistan. So I've never seen one where the drone operator is on the bomb. I've never seen a movie depicted like that. So I think Wes Webb, you're gone off the deep end, man. You've gone right off the deep end. Mr. Spock is here. Hey, greetings and hello. I'm trying to do I give it the old Trucker John effort. Live long and prosper, my friends. Mark Longo, thanks for the informative answer, John. Okay, well, like I said, I hope I didn't didn't meander and get too off in the weeds there or something. Let's see. I'm skipping down a little bit. Arizona says, "What a crappy life, though. Just driving, sleeping, driving, sleeping. That would be a sad life. Just to make enough for a home you never enjoy." Yeah, and that was pretty much my life, I think, for 20 years, or at least the last. I would say at least the last 10 years of my driving. That was pretty much what it was like. Steve Sayers, 6 months. All right, for a member. It's only been 6 months, like a flash. Yeah, the time has gone by. Our time together. Thank you, Stephen Sayers, for being a member. I appreciate it. And that means Stephen Sayers can check out Members Only Monday because he's a member. It's a time where only the members can hang out on Mondays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So if you want some of that, and you can be a member for as low as I said last time, as Boston Brian would say, less than a Snicker bar or something like that. I don't know. The price of a Snicker bar, you can be a member. Marsha says some truckers enjoy seeing. Yeah, they burn out like people do. I love seeing the country. That wasn't the thing. The thing was just like Arizona Sunflower was saying. You're in this grind. You're always sleeping in your truck. You're never home. After a while, you've seen all the country, and I don't know. It just gets to be like you're a carny, but you don't have a fun carnival to go to or something. It's just I totally burned out. I totally burned out on it. Maria Lee says, "All about seeing. Don't worry what they say. If anybody can understand, use emoji communication. They're missing out." Yeah. Well, I'm not very good at emojis, so I have to confess, I'm not the best at the emojis because they don't make sense. Some of them to me don't make sense. Big Hook. The registered to vote. Hey, here we go. Registered to vote deadline are already here. We only got about 30 days, right? Use the blue voter guide to maximize your ballot, local, state, federal, for everything from judges to dog catcher. And that is the blue voter guide dot something, probably. I want to say .org, or it could be .gov. Probably, one of those two. Mike H. John has PTSD from trucking. I don't know if it's that bad, but I don't know. West Webb left out Marie Ali. They all say the same things: greetings and I love you, and celebrate. Celebrate good times. Come on. Do. Arizona Sunflower says, some you don't drive anymore and make enough to stop driving. That's great. When you get up in years, it's time to enjoy life. Yeah, I try to. Well, I did have a really nice time, guys, on my birthday. I got to say, there's Julie. She's got the Blue Voter Guide link. It is bluevoterguide.org. That's a great resource. So I encourage everyone to use that. Check it out. Utilize it. Stephen Sayers, that's a lot of time for a snowflake, or the 9 years. Yeah. If she'd gotten 20 years, would I be happier? I guess so. Yeah, but you guys are right. That it was treason. She's a traitor. All those Jan 6ers are they're traitors. No, they're traitors, and they're treasonous. They're treasonous traitors. And I mean, there was a time when you didn't get any years. You just got offed. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, I can understand when people say that wasn't enough. But at least she's got that, and at least she's got that going for her. She's not going to like it, one little bit, because like the judge was saying, she's privileged. She's the epitome of a privileged person, and she's going to be in a jail or a prison cell, and she's going to hate it. So just know that she's going to hate however many, if she serves the whole 9 years, or because a lot of that was like consecutive, and that makes it where a lot of that time is going to get served, I guess, and she's going to hate every single second of it. Just know that, and be satisfied with that, I guess. She will hate every single second of it. Arizona Sunflower said, he said she's very spoiled. Wait till she meets Big Agnes. She'll snatch her wig off right off and show her who's boss. Hal is very smart and very energetic. He is, both of those, very, very much so. Very much so. Mark Longo, sounds like you and Hal need to have a talk. We have spoken in real life to each other. Actually, I have it on a video if you guys want to watch it. It's the one of the Nerd Halen ones. After the show, I got to meet Hal, and we had a little chit chat. We didn't talk about hours of service in the trucking industry, but anyhow. Hey, J Ohio 106, do you think the allegations against Doug will hurt Harris in the election? What are the? I haven't heard these new allegations that are popping up. This is the first time hearing of it, Jay. So I don't know. Maybe you can enlighten me on what that's about, because I don't know what it is you speak of. Big Hook Peters resisted arrest and kicked one of the officers. She is a full QAnon dedicated to please Trump and cheat the voters. Hopefully she will be an example that stops other election obstructionists. And hopefully there's still other people that are having cases in front of them. And hopefully this is just a precursor of things to come. You know? Really, what's this foul language? It's my motherfucking love language, for fuck's sake. Mr. Spock, a hurricane hit after I had the freezer full of chickens. The West Web Power was out for a week, loaded it up with frozen 2-liter pop bottles. They survived the week. Then government gives out $100 for bad food. Well, there you go. All right. Mr. Black said, I said, thanks, government. Marcia said, sorry, I meant I get deleted when trying to be factual on YouTube. I don't use foul language or denigrating terms, but still get deleted. That's odd. Roxanne says she committed several crimes, so she deserves every minute of the 9 years. I agree with that. I absolutely agree. 100%. Hey, look at there. Fancy gifted a Trucker John membership. Thank you, Fancy, so much. That helps us support the show. And Tim Farrell got that. It was gifted by Fancy. So one of our resident Tims got that. Now Tim can come on and watch the Members Only Monday show on Mondays at 11 a.m. Pacific time. West Web Cliff Schecter was only 99 cents. Good for him, Wes. Good for Cliff Schecter. And his 99 cents special. You know, you get what you pay for. Sometimes I crack myself up. But yeah, Hal pointed out the ridiculousness of what I forget. Was it Trump saying it or whoever was saying about being able to just drive across country without sleeping or whatever? That was Hal's point. Was how ridiculous that was, and that it don't work that way, and that that drivers should take breaks, and they do. I mean, there are the white line fever drivers. There are probably some old school from the 70s drivers that are snorting coke and you know, swallowing black beauties and whatever, and they're not on e-logs, and they're running 2 books, and they're driving 20 hours a day and all that kind of shit. There's probably a few of those old road dogs out there, but for the most part, everyone's on e-logs, and I think everyone is following hours of service rules. They might be a little cheating here, a little bending of it here and there, but for the most part, drivers I think they're driving, they're getting their rest. You know, no one's going to drive just straight for 36 hours. Even a fucking, well, I shouldn't say no one. There are some weirdos out there that do that kind of shit. But anyhow, for the most part, drivers they're getting their rest in. I think because believe me, trying to get a parking spot at 10 o'clock at night at a truck stop is almost impossible. So the drivers are getting their rest. Hey, Whisper Mason, I see another new name here. Good to see Whisper Mason. Thanks for being in the good old driver's lounge and hanging out with us for a little bit. I do hope you'll like, subscribe, and share the show. Whisper Mason says, me and my psychiatrist are working on me getting in touch with my emojis. Perhaps therapy is the answer. I laugh because it's funny. I'm not laughing if you are under any type of psychiatric care, but because that's the thing, getting in touch with your emotions, getting in touch with the emojis. I see what you did there. It was pretty good. Hey, Shannon's Tigre is here. I haven't seen Shannon in a while. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping on by. Says hello, everyone from Portland. Rest in peace, Portland. How is it going? Has it been rebuilding? Are you guys rebuilding up there? I know that's I'm stealing a bit of a House Sparks joke, but we're worried. We're concerned about Portland. West Webb in Illinois, you can register on voting day. Just bring an ID and second proof of address. Well, there you go. But I really don't encourage people to wait that long. If you can sign up earlier, do so. Stephen Clark says hours of service used to be 10 hours, 6 on duty, not driving, and only 8 hours off duty. I don't know when that was. As long as I've been driving, it's been 11 and 14, and then followed by a 10-hour break. And they did have a period. There was a couple of periods there where they were testing out new stuff, where you could split time, about splitting your time and all that kind of shit. But it was like they're like, why do it? That's stupid. When you can just reset automatically after you do a 10-hour break or whatever. But yeah, I mean, but Steve, you're right. There have been certain variations, but they have had hours of service regulations in place for decades and decades and decades to ensure that drivers get rest, get plenty of rest, and aren't trying to operate a 80,000-pound vehicle with their eyes shut. Let's see. West Webb, I got too sore and grumpy to teach around the time I turned 56. I have a decent pension. It was silly to keep working. Yeah, man, if you're not into it and you can afford, you got a good pension or whatever, and you can retire or semi-retire or whatever, that's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that, man. You put in a lot of years, and I put in a lot of years with trucking and with the postal service, and you did a lot of years of teaching, and all of us, we put our years in, and most of us in this chat are probably around my age, in the 50s and 60s and maybe in 70s, and we've all put our time in, and I think we deserve to have a little bit of relaxation, or at least being able to do some of our hobbies or do some of our things that are our bucket list things or whatever, and not working ourselves to the bone and doing freaking hard labor till the day we kill over. I mean, this is America, for God's sakes. Marcia says, truckers on, you most definitely deserve all the good coming your way after so many years of hard work supporting your family, sending lots of good vibes your way. Well, thank you, Marcia. I appreciate those good vibes. I think I'm feeling them right now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Those vibes are feeling good. Thanks, Marcia. Yeah, I feel good already. West Webb says, taught at elementary for 36 years full-time, subbed another 4 until COVID. Yeah, you put in your time, sir. You deserve to have a little break. You know what I mean? West Webb says, when Hal wasn't on, we told Hal to call you. I was kind of lurking. I was lurking during Hal's show, I did watch some of the chat. I didn't see that part, but I appreciate that, Wes, because I did hear when they said that Phil wasn't coming on because he was feeling under the weather, and then someone said, "Well, what about Boston Brian?" And he was like, "Yeah, he could come on. That'd be great." Then he found out that Boston Brian wasn't feeling very well, and I think I was driving at the time. This morning. I was out driving, and I remember just thinking to myself, or I might have said it out loud in the car by myself. I might have said, "What about Trucker John? Trucker John will come on with you." But actually, I wouldn't have been able to because I was driving. But I appreciate that, Wes. And I was thinking, because I've heard people say that I should go on House show. It's not really my decision. I would love to go on House show. But I think the only way that's going to happen is if you guys keep annoying them or harassing Andrea and Hal and that's the only way it's going to happen. Is if there's an outcry from my many fans, my many subscribers, my members, because or if I had 100,000 subs, then Hal would have me on in a heartbeat. Even if I had 50,000 subs. So in order to get on, it's going to take help from you guys, and so that I appreciate that, Wes. Steve Sayers says teachers are respected and underpaid. They're respected. I think maybe they're disrespected. Did I read that wrong? Yeah, I mean they are respected, but I think they're also disrespected because of the underpay. Hey, there's Paul Sharkymanian from England, or across the pond, as I like to say. Here's how I think Paul Sharkymanian talks, because I think he's like the English cowboy. He says, "Howdy, Trucker John and truckers and sparklers. Just had an idea. Tell the Trumpists that if they vote, they become woke." Hey, I like that. It will blow their minds. I believe so. It blew my mind just reading that. Yeah. Tell the Trumpists if they vote, they become woke. And then they might not vote. I don't know. David Willer says, I play recorder, Bach, etc. Isn't that nice? Isn't that special? Isn't that special? All right. So, David Windler, you're a man of many talents. Good on you. Good on you. Brenda Triplett says, I never used foul language until I took a bartending job at a place filled with union workers. Those goddamn union workers, I tell you. Can't take them anywhere. Whisper Mason says that David Windler, yeah, but do you do it to control the minds of your enemies? Grade school kids do it because they have hearing like the dog. Or like a dog. Hey, Jeannie's here. Hey, Jeannie, good to see you. Thanks for joining us here in the old Driver's Lounge. We're just hanging out, just a post-show, House Sparks post-show hangout. We're just hanging out. Mark Lungo, I wish Elon was as smart as he thinks he is. That'd be nice. Maria Ali says, Trucker John, you'd be happy to hear that my drunk brother said the perfect job for him was being a trucker. I had to convince him after 5 DUIs he needed to face reality. He shouldn't even be in a car. And if he's got 5 DUIs, I doubt he could get a CDL. I don't think he could get even one issued to him. And he wouldn't be able to work for a company. He would have to be an owner-operator. I don't think that would even happen. Marsha says voting blue. Well, good for you, and vote blue for all the things that are dear to you. Trademark Trucker John. Maria Ali says emojis convos are the best way not to get banned on social media. Okay. I guess if you say so. I'll just have to take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. West Webb says, laughing out loud, almost any after-hours bars. We used to play at clubs on the bypass back from Chrysler to Rockford. Lots of cussing and fighting, blowing up steam. What, the patrons or you guys in the band? Were the band members fighting and cussing, or was it the patrons in the bar, or both? Paul Sharky Manning says they're called text graphs over here in the UK. Don't know if they still use them anymore. Text graphs? Is that what emojis are called in England? We're so much alike, but we're so different also. The English and the Americans. I'm just skipping down just a bit, guys. So if I skip over something, don't take it personal. Hey, Michael McAndrews here. Good to see Michael. You hurt my emoji. Just kidding. Fancy says, you guys can have some of my emotions. I got too many. I'll share. Laughing out loud. Evil woman. Whisper Mason says, file attribute table fat. I have no idea what that means. Arizona Sunflower says, yeah, we've all heard about people that retire and have a stroke 2 weeks into their retirement. Yeah, I've heard of that too. Hey, David in Grand Prairie, Texas says, I guess that's ears on now. Hi all, honk honk, BRB. Well, thanks for being here, David. Thanks for listening and chiming in. Always good to see you. That's for show, for show. I said that's for show. I sure said that's for show. I'm skipping down, guys. I'm just skipping on down a little bit. Mark Longo, CDL, commercial driver's license, CDL. Your Class A commercial driver's license is a CDL. Witchy woman, you're a witchy woman. I'm just skipping down. I'm skipping to Maluma, darling. If I've skipped you, don't worry. I'll probably unskip you as I go on down here. Jim Terry. Hey, Jim Terry's here. Good to see Jim. Thanks for being here. It says, yes, he fights for all too. That's what happens when I skip and I get right into the middle of a conversation and I don't know what you guys are talking about. Jim Terry says, Trump is for all Americans. Oh, Jim Terry, he's in Butler. If he was really for all Americans, he wouldn't be in Butler. He would be a butler. Jim Terry, that's just a publicity stunt, right? That's total publicity stunt. So, whatever. Mark Lungo, thanks, John. You're welcome, Mark Lungo. Wes Webb says, biker bars are the same level of toughness, but you see the same guy at work, and he is a complete gentleman. Hey there, sir. He's like, good day, sir. May I take your coat, sir? And then he's in the biker bar, and he's like, yeah, fuck you. Is that what you're talking about, Wes? Arizona Sunflower says, okay, Kimchi, I wouldn't have known, sweetie. It seems like a lot of folks change their online names every couple of months, and I don't know if they don't say thanks for saying. Yeah, Kimchi, because we know Kimchi is Witchy Woman. Brenda Triplet says, Witchy Woman, he came home from boot camp with double pneumonia and almost died, but he was sent right back. Wow. That's crazy. Whisper Mesa says, Michael McAndrews, the dime had more sense. But boom. Witchy Woman says, y'all were like, wow, this new chick is coming in hot, laughing out loud. Yeah, who's this new Witchy Woman chick? West Webb says, laughing out loud, Brenda Triplet, I have all that. Plus, I was extremely nearsighted. They wouldn't ever draft me. Oh, I wish I didn't get drafted. You're just like Bone Spurs Trumpy. I'm just kidding, Wes. I'm only kidding. Mrs. Fox says, trimming some weeds. Some weed. Oh, weed. Not weeds, but weed. I guess. Sticky fingers, pass. Puff pass. It's 12:20. Does that mean anything? I don't know. That's how out of touch I am with things of this nature. It's 12:20. Come on, that's got to mean something. Witchy Woman at Brenda, of course, war is a meat grinder. Yep, war sucks. War is hell. War is awful. I'm against war, but I'm not against defending yourself. Arizona Sunflower says the dime had more sense, maybe. At Michael McAndrews. Michael McAndrews. Wes Webb. Kimchi has me blocked. Probably deservedly so, I would say. West Webb, Bone Spurs hurts. I have floating bone chips in my elbows. Actually, I think they've dissolved or something by now because I haven't noticed them. But I know my elbows were from playing football. My elbows got fucked up really bad, and I had like bone chips or bone, I guess, chips floating around in my elbows. And every now and then, those bone chips would cause my elbow to swell up, and I would look, and you don't really feel it, but then I'm walking or I'm out playing football or whatever, and I would just look down and I would see this big giant fucking like a golf ball sized, I don't know, swelling on the tip of my elbow, and I was like, oh my god! At first, it really freaked me out, but then I just I didn't feel any pain, so I just went on and kept playing. But then it would go away. The swelling would go down. It was like it was never even there. And then when the swelling went down, I would kind of feel. And right now, I can feel little divots like a little divot in my elbow. But I think that's where the bone chips came from. Because I guess it's just when you're playing football. And I'm a lineman, so I'm always every single play you're going like full speed, crashing into another human being, and there's human beings all around you, crashing into each other and crashing into you. I guess I just got bone chips on my elbows from doing that. Nick Rich 56 is finally here. But good to see you could make it, Nick. No, I'm just kidding. Glad to see you here. Whisper Mason Skittles is made from unicorn meat. I've heard that one before in this chat room. It may have been by Whisper Mason. Mark Longo says, John, if you're talking about Ukraine, I agree that it's a necessary war of self-defense. Putin started it with his invasion. I was generally speaking about any war where you have to defend yourself, including Ukraine. Hey, Teresa TAK is here. Good to see Teresa. Hello to you. Thanks for joining us here in the old Driver's Lounge. As we just kick back, relax, and enjoy our Saturday amongst friends here in the chat. I think we're all friends, pretty much. We may have had a troll in here earlier that was not Joel, but that's okay. They seem to be okay. All right, everyone's saying hi to Teresa. Maria Ali says, Jack in the Box, I heard that in the late 90s, the tacos are ostrich meat. I've heard that it was like some sort of veggie meats or something. I've heard all kinds of things about their taco meat. I never heard the ostrich one before, though, to tell the truth. Fancy says, "Oh my God, I have been on top chat again." Fancy, you do that a lot. It seems like you probably didn't miss much though. Just silly shenanigans. Shenanigans. So anyhow, I was just wanting to say about my birthday. I was going to say, since I am pretty much caught up now in the chat, on Thursday was my birthday, and as you guys may remember, and I really do appreciate. We got great support for the show, and it was a great day. And then I really wasn't planning on doing anything, but my friend, well, look, my ex-wife on Wednesday, she said, "Hey, I'm in town." She was in town with a friend of hers, uh, uh, one of her girlfriends, gal friend, or whatever, and they had planned. They had this trip to come and see a bunch of shows, and they're still in town today. We're going to meet up again today, but they've been here since Wednesday, and so they've been out doing a lot of. They went and saw the Blue Man Group. They saw. They went to the Sphere. Saw the show there. The movie. They saw. Then after that, they went and saw Maroon 5. Right now, they're at Area 15. They're checking out Omega Mart. They saw something else. Oh, they went to Penn and Teller. They saw Penn and Teller, and they invited me to go to some of those shows if I wanted to, but to buy a ticket and go. But I really didn't have the money to do anything. But we've been hanging out anyhow and having a great time. And I sort of just volunteered my services as being their personal Uber driver. And in exchange for that, they've been feeding me. So that's a good deal, I think. And on Thursday, which was my birthday, we went out to dinner. And so it wasn't really a planned thing, but it ended up being kind of like my little birthday dinner. And I've got some photos here. I thought I'd share them. For my birthday dinner, we went to this place. Finally, I've been wanting to go to this pepper mill. I know this always does this. I don't want this zoomed in. I want this one zoomed in, and now it's crooked. When you go there, they have a photographer that goes around and they give you this complimentary little, like a postcard. That's a picture of it that Kelly, my ex-wife, she took. So that's me and Kelly in the middle, and her friend Allie. We went to this pepper mill restaurant in Las Vegas, and for my birthday. It wasn't really for my birthday, but it was on my birthday. Let's put it that way, I guess. And it was really cool. I've always wanted to go there, and so we went there. And I mean, they give you food portions that are like this big. I mean, it was just crazy, the food. And we got food there, and then the wait staff, they found out it was my birthday, and they all came out and sang me happy birthday and all that stuff. So that was pretty cool. So we did that. And then we've been hanging out a little bit here and there. And we also went out to, well, okay, so this is what I got for my birthday, a really nice hot fudge sundae that I really enjoyed. And you can see, shared a little bit of it with Kelly. Kelly was enjoying the hot fudge sundae also. And so we did that. And then, just for shits and giggles, well, we went over to we went over to the welcome sign, took a picture there, and so you got to do that, right, when someone comes to town. And then for shits and giggles, we went over to the Trump Hotel, and we sent our regards to Donald. I don't know if you can see on the picture. It's kind of might be kind of hard to see, but we're flipping off the Trump International Hotel, and so that's what we did. So there's you can see. Well, I guess that's all I can do now. Oh, there you go. So that was my birthday. It's been my birthday. Yeah, we went to the Peppermill, and then we've been just driving around, checking out some of the sites. Went down to Fremont Street, all that kind of stuff. So, it turned out to be a pretty nice birthday. You know, a pretty fun thing. Just hanging out, and there we go. So that was my birthday. Maria Ali says Padres versus Dodgers, first game tomorrow. Well, actually, the first game is today, Maria. It's tonight at about 5:30 tonight. So can't have my B-Day take my duty of being the Padres' lucky charm, win whisper away from them. I need to win tomorrow for my B-Day. But they will be playing tomorrow. Game 2 will be tomorrow. So just so you know, first game is tonight. Arizona Sunflower, there's no more Jack in the Box restaurants. I had no idea. Horse meat. We have there's a Jack in the Box literally right at the corner where I live, and I eat there 2 or 3 times a day. A week. That's usually where I get my pre-show breakfast meal when I do my morning shows. Today I didn't do that. I went and got a breakfast burrito at this Mexican restaurant. It was really delicious. I love their best. I had that instead today. But Jack in the Boxes are still here in Las Vegas. I know that much. Roxanne Onford says there was a Peppermill restaurant close to the Riviera that I've been to. I thought it was great. Yeah, that's the same one. How long has it been since you were in Vegas? The Riviera, I believe, is the old hotel casino that used to be right in what's now a big vacant lot, right next to the Peppermill. But I think that place has been torn down for 20 years or something. I don't know, long time. But that's the one. If that's the one, I guess. Big Hook. I think Reagan changed it from 65 to 67. Once again, the scam that you will probably die before you can collect. Talking about Social Security, I guess, or whatever. Yeah. They should lower it to 60. I think, or even 55, maybe. Brenda Triplet. I start getting Medicare next month. They are taking $172 a month for it. Marie Ali, seeing it's tomorrow. I'm hoping to have a good day. Now that I think I might have to check the game time to see if I have to change the restaurant to a sports bar if Cheesecake Factory. Tonight's game is at about 5:30 something, and I'm not sure what tomorrow's game is. I forget. I could look real quick. I can get the game times for you. I believe. I'm on the MLB website here. Just really slow. Why is it so slow? Here it goes. Yeah, see, come on. See, I'm already logged in. I mean, I should be a member. That's what happens when you don't. I don't use it on this iPad. I usually use it on the phone, but I can't go to the phone because I've got the show going. Okay, so today they're playing today at 5:38 p.m. and tomorrow's game. I wish this iPad wasn't so slow. I hate it being so slow. Come on, I need faster times. Why is it not giving me Sunday. It's at 5:03. So first two games are in LA against San Diego. Tonight it was 5:38, and then tomorrow is 5:03. And go Dodgers. All right, so there's that. Let's see. Witchy woman, a whisper, disgustingly delicious. Okay. Big Cook, are you collecting Social Security Medicare now? Is it 67 now before you can collect? You can collect early, but you get less money. You can collect it at 62, but you'll get you won't get as much. And for Medicare, you have to wait till you're 65. So I have a year to go, and I can I guess go on Medicare in about a year or a year, I guess. Not about a year, but in a year. Maria Ali, Dodgers versus Padres versus Dodgers. First game tomorrow. No, the first game is today. How many times do I have to say it? Game one is today at 5:38. So can't have my B day take my duty of being the Padres' lucky charm. Oh, did I? Oh, I guess I already. I'm sorry. For some reason it had backed up. I already read that, so I didn't mean to. I shouldn't. I'm sorry, Maria. I was rereading the one you already did. Anyhow, Brielle got it. It says 5:03. Yeah, for tomorrow's game. For game 2 is 5:03. Today's game is 5:38. Okay, so Mariali, why do they have such wonky game starts? I don't know. I guess because the network is going to go on at the top of the hour, and maybe that gives them a few minutes. Or if they go on at the bottom of the hour, it gives them a few minutes or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. Wes Webb says, I think I'm supposed to root for the Mets. You could always root for the Dodgers. I don't see anything wrong with rooting for the Dodgers. Oh, Wes Webb says Dodgers are traitors. They're not traitors. You're a traitor, Wes Webb. You're the traitor. Steve Sayers, Royals versus Yankees Monday. All of the games are starting today, by the way. They may be playing on Monday, but they're also playing today. Every single game, every single team, I believe, let's see, let me go back, is playing today. So here's today. All the series openers are starting today. You've got, in fact, one game is already in the 7th inning. You got Detroit at Cleveland. Cleveland leading 7-0 at the end of 7. So that game's already in progress. Cleveland's got a big lead. The next one coming up is at 1:08 Pacific time. Remember, I'm in the Pacific time zone, so my times are going to be in the Pacific time zone. I just saw a bug. And that's Phillies Mets in Philly. Okay, the next one, game 1, today, Saturday, October 5th, Kansas City at New York. That's at 3:38 Pacific time when that one starts. And then the last one is the Padres at Dodgers, in LA, 5:38 p.m. So all 4 of the divisional series games for AL and NL are all going on today. This is the start of the divisional series for all 4 games. All right? Let's get that clear. Witchy Woman says, we flipped off Trump at his boardwalk shithole in Atlantic City before it was destroyed. Good times. Good times, good times. Paul Sugarman, I've never been a fan of birthdays. I party at the drop of a hat. Jolie says, so glad you had a great birthday. Yeah, it ended up being that way. It wasn't planned or anything, but yeah, it was good. We had a good time. Seeing Maria Ali says, have a great day. I remember asking what the number was. My niece was yesterday 40, but I did not go, afraid of COVID for the hungry one. Steve Sayre says, the no longer here Peppermill was best place to party. Had cute little bartender that loved showing her tatas. Where was that at? Because the Peppermill here in Vegas is still here. I just ate at it. Arizona Sunflower says, is the Circus still there? Yes, it is. I love that place like 29 to 30 years ago. Or days ago. Well, wait, days ago or years ago? I think you must have met years ago, right? Because, anyhow. But yeah, it's still there. It looks a little skanky. It looks a little worse for the wear, I guess you say. But it's still there. It is still there. Roxanne Arfield, West Webb, are you holding a grudge for Brooklyn? Yeah, what the fuck do you give a fuck about Brooklyn? Anyhow, West Webb, you're not from Brooklyn. Janelle Walker, who are the women in Trucker John's Fishers? I guess you came in late. Hey, Janelle, good to see you, by the way. One is my ex-wife, and one is my ex-wife's friend. And they're just up in town. They've been having a good trip. They went out and seeing some shows and stuff. And since it was my birthday, we had dinner together. West Webb, laughing out, Roxanne. I have friends from Brooklyn. Never forgave them. Yeah, but you're not from Brooklyn, so who cares what they think? Arizona Sunflower says, I have insurance because Medicare isn't that great. I wish that they'd make it as good as insurance so we could all sign up to that. I have too many stupid medical issues that Medicare doesn't cover. That does suck. They do need to fix that. They need to make Medicare so that it covers everything. And I think they need to make the gap smaller because you have to get gap insurance, right? I think they should make it so that I think it's like it works out to where you have to pay for like 20% or something. They should make it maybe 10%, maybe 5%, or maybe nothing. Just make it all inclusive. Yeah, there's Janelle. Hello, Janelle. Good to see you. Arizona Sunflower says, well, yes, our kids make us want to keep living in our older age. Otherwise, I'd probably be okay to go now. There's nothing else to do. Yeah, I mean, it comes to a time comes where time for us to go. We all have that time. Marie Ollie says Circus is haunted as fuck. I don't think so. I know people because of clowns they think it's haunted, but I don't really believe in any of that haunted stuff. Witchy woman, I missed it too. Thought they were your daughters. Oh my god, we're like same age as me. Marie Ollie, I really hope you have a good day with everything you went through and all the pain. Hope you get better. Stay safe. Watch your back these days. You never know. Big Hook says, Wes, it depends. Medicare Advantage often refuses to authorize payments or doctor recommendations. It is not Medicare where you can't be denied anything. Well, see, now we've got a contradiction here of posters because one person said that Medicare can doesn't cover things. So we've got a contradiction, people. West Webb says so you don't have to go broke, but things like that can be expensive. Maria Ollie, I have straight Medicare, and for the specialist and not having to wait for all the B's with authorizations and pre-authorizations and limited docs to go makes the 20% worth it. Huh. Okay. I guess I don't understand how it all works. West Webb, we have maximum out of pocket. They sometimes want to spread rumors about how haunted or seedy they are. I think that was two different things you were talking about. The haunted or seedy is the circus. I think it's very seedy and raunchy and dirty and smelly. I don't think it's haunted. Maybe people think that's why. Maybe that's why they think it's haunted, because it's so dirty and smelly, and they're like, "This must be a demon. This must be how demons smell, or something." Nick Rich, 12:45. I'm only a minute behind. Witchy Woman says 8 is the 8 chakras, the numbers of Inanna, of creation and dissolution and enlightenment, the infinity sign. Oh, okay. Then I know the infinity sign. It's like a sideways 8. Kinda, right? The 20% gap was a racist option to exclude black people, as the premiums would be too expensive. That's what I'm saying. They should lower it. Okay, Hal Sparks says that it's about incrementalism. I would like to see it just eliminated altogether, and that Medicare pay for 100% of everything, or whatever, however it goes. But incrementalism, in the name of incrementalism, okay, I'll settle for 10%. How's that sound? Would you be willing to drive this vehicle away today if we go down to 10%? If I could get you to agree on 10%, would you take this vehicle away today? West Webb says, I have no referrals to any specialists within networks, Big Hook. By the way, this is kind of... oh, well, I'm just going to leave it. Arizona Sunflowers, it was a great place 30 years ago. Had lots of entertainment, 24/7, tons of rides, way on the top of the building. I think you're thinking of the Strat. The Strat has rides on the top of the Strat. Circus, they have an amusement park in the back behind the casino. That's a separate. It's not on top of a building. It's a big domed kind of thing. It has rides in it, but that's not on top of the building. Maybe you're thinking of the Strat. I'm thinking maybe. I don't know. Cian says there's sunflowers. No, hun, no need to think about that. When it will be your time, you will know, but we need you here. I always look for your words of wisdom, and I read even if I don't react on it. That's right, Arizona Sunflowers. We need you here. We love having you here, and we want you here as long as we can have you here. West Webb says, Stephen Sayers, in Illinois, state retirees have only one advantage plan, and the whole system saves the state money. Well, isn't that special? Nick Rich, who's from Canada, says, my medical is covered 100%. Like I said, in the name of incrementalism, I'll settle for 90 right now, and then eventually 95, and then someday maybe we'll get to 100. West Webb says taxes go up with services. They always do. Mexico and the very rich will not be paying for it. We'll see about that, West Webb. We shall see about that. Witchy Woman says, Maria, I have heard several people say to stick to Medicare. Hey, MJ Daniels here. Good to see you, MJ. Thanks for joining us in the old driver's lounge here. MJ says many nations have been doing full Medicare for all types of health care for decades very successfully. America is very behind. And I don't know if you guys saw my post in House show today, because when he was talking about incrementalism, and my comment was something to the effect of, but we've been behind for so many years that we need to go faster to make up for it, or something like that. So this incrementalism thing, yeah, I think that makes sense. I understand it, but when we go through so many, especially Republican administrations, and then even state legislation, state governorships, and of course our in the federal, the U.S. Congress and things of this nature, they are about regression. They're about going backwards, and they're about just accommodating the rich, the ultra rich. So we've had so much of that. We need to make up for lost time, and incrementalism might not be fast enough. But what are you going to do? I mean, I guess we are where we are, So we got to do the best we can. I guess take any gains we can. Marie Ali says, went on the big shot on top of the stratosphere when it first opened. I thought I'd be the scared one, but I loved everything. Laughed the whole ride. And I think that's still there. I know they had like a roller coaster that went around. They took that out, and then they replaced it with another thing that it just sort of goes out and sort of dangles out on the side, and then it comes back. They have that. They still have the thing where you jump off the side. It's not really a bungee jump, but for the lack of a better term, I guess you could call it a bungee jump, but it's not really a bungee jump. It's like you jump, you're hooked up to some sort of cord or whatever, and it lets you kind of free fall for about, I don't know how many stories, because you're going fast, but then all of a sudden it kind of grabs the cord or whatever you're calling it, and then it just slows you down, and it lets you kind of gently fall, not all the way to the ground, because you go pretty low, but not you're still a few stories up from the ground where you stop, and then it just slowly lifts you back up again. And so it's not really like a true bungee, but they have whatever they're calling it, where you jump off the strat. That looks pretty interesting. I don't know if they have that big shot anymore. I think the big shot, is that the one where you would get into it, and then it would just shoot you straight up like a rocket ship. I think they still have that. There. MJ Daniel, and any taxes Americans will pay would be heavily offset by the money saved on medical bills by a lot. Absolutely. Medical costs are, I think, isn't it bankruptcies? The medical expenses are like the number one cause of bankruptcies, because it's just out of hand. It's just crazy. Big Hook says, Wes, how much you want to bet there was a kickback for the politicians who authorized it? Oh yeah. Brendan Triplett says, as a cancer survivor and having almost 24 surgeries, I'm really glad Medicare is there for me. Hey, those Medicare and even the ACA, has saved countless lives. There's no doubt about it. Countless lives. Nick Rich says the USA has about 10 times that of Canada, 10 times the GDP as well. You guys could cover it. Oh, absolutely. It's only the Republicans that bitch and moan about it. So, everybody else wants it. Steve Sayre says American healthcare is so distressing, make you sick thinking about it. Yeah, really. You get sick from thinking about it. Hey, Marie Jean Greco is here. I haven't seen Marie in a while. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hi, all. Been listening as I cleaned my house, taking a break to let the floors dry. Well, there you go. You can come on in while the floors are drying. Come on into the driver's lounge. Marie, I'm glad to see that you're a member, because then we can see you on Members Only Mondays also, and that'll be at 11 a.m. Maria Ollie, 56 Nick Rich Maggots. You damned communist Canadians making people alive and shit. Always crack me the F up when they throw that out there. Yeah. Wes Webb says, can I get in trouble saying the name of a mountain that is also an insurance company? I don't think so. For saying Gibraltar or whatever the fuck it is. Roxanne says, I agree, MJ. Daniel, unfortunately, USA is stubborn. I don't think the USA is stubborn. I think the Republicans are just assholes, or just greedy fucking assholes who mislead they're also misleading their constituency. They're misleading their members of their party, but it's the big, muckety mucks of the Republican Party that they want to privatize everything. They don't want Medicare. They don't want anything like that, because they would rather that the tranches of money that are going into Medicare go to them somehow, go to the private companies, the private insurance companies, because they're all, I mean, they all, if they don't own an insurance company, they certainly have stock in the company. That's all they care about, is getting the money out and getting it into their grubby little paws. But that's the Republicans. The Democrats, we all want Medicare. We would all want Medicare for all, or something like that. Universal health care, however you want to frame it or title it. We want a universal single payer health system. That's what the Democrats want. And if you're a Democrat and you say you don't want that, then you might not be a Democrat. Or you might have an idea that might be better, but it certainly isn't about privatizing everything. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Big Cook. Funny how Americans come to Canada and Mexico to get drugs and medical services done. I don't think that's funny. I think it's sad. I think it's sad that we have to go to other countries because our healthcare payment system, our insurance system, our healthcare insurance system is so fucked up that we have to go to other countries. That's sad. And we're supposed to be the greatest country in the world, and yet we can't even handle health insurance. And look, I'm telling you, it's not us. It's not me. It's not us blue people. It's not us Democrats. Blame it on the fucking Republicans. Big Hook. Witchy Woman says most insurrections. I'm sorry. We were talking so much about insurance. I just went right there. Witchy Woman says most insurrections occur when change isn't happening fast enough. We need to spread peace and togetherness, and Kamala is on it. Yeah, I mean, the whole campaign, the theme has been about joy and unity and, and being so over all of this doom and gloom, and the America is, burning down, and, all this, which is bullshit. I mean, we saw the numbers. They just had some great job numbers, right? 250,000 more jobs created this month. Unemployment down to 4.1%. Wages are outpacing inflation. I mean, it just goes on and on and on and on. Every month after month after month, under the Biden-Harris administration, the numbers keep getting better, and they're getting better, and they're rolling on to the point where I was reading what's her name, Heather Cox Richardson. She was quoting an economist, I forget his name, or from some source, about how we are at a point where it's as good as it gets. Like we're at full employment. We're right where we want inflation to be, and wages are outpacing the inflation. I mean, we are in. That's where you want it to be. We are where we want to be, and it really doesn't get much better than that. But to hear Trump and the maggots, you would think that we were living in Gaza or something right now. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Jolie put that reminder out there. We got memberships, super chats, and you can like, subscribe, and share. We're up to 3,380 some odd subscribers. You guys are awesome. Thanks for helping to grow that number, everybody. When you like, subscribe, and share, and when you chat, it helps get us out into that algorithm. Hey, there's non-useful. Haven't seen non-useful today, so thanks for being here. Thanks for chiming in the old driver's lounge. Non-useful says, hey, Trucker John, I'm sitting here with my 90-year-old mom in the cemetery where my father was buried, using my spirit box to communicate with Dad. My mom said he'll kin. I don't know what that means. Dad said hello, Betty, my mom. Okay, whatever. If that's what you believe you're doing, who am I to tell you otherwise? Maria Lee, I gotta head out now, y'all. Oh, okay, Maria's gonna head out. So Arizona, thank you so much for my birthday wishes. Well, happy birthday. If I didn't say happy birthday, Maria, is yours tomorrow? Is yours tomorrow, right? Or tomorrow? But happy birthday, fellow Libra. And I know you and I, we don't see eye to eye on these games that are being played against the Dodgers and the Padres. I'm Dodgers all the way. I think you're a Padre fan, right? So, but that's okay. We can still be friends. We don't have to, we don't have to go all out in war with each other. We can still be friends, and I hope we will remain friends even after the Dodgers smoke the Padres. No. Anyhow, may the best team win, Maria. May the best team win. Arizona Sunflower says, you're right, I think, Trucker John. I'm probably remembering it wrong. It used to be nice, but obviously it was there before they built all the new casinos and decorated Vegas. That was 20 years. Well, I know that Circus has been there since, I think, 68 when it was open. The Strat, which used to be Vegas World, and they tore down most of Vegas World, and they built the Strat Tower and everything right there. That was in the late 90s, I think, around 96 or 95. Mid to late 90s. The Strat has been here. And I actually think the Strat's very nice. I've stayed there many times. If you want to look back at my old videos, I used to stay at the Strat quite a lot. So if you're interested in watching old Trucker John videos, I do have quite a bit of videos of me staying in various hotels along the Strip. That are they're not really old. I mean, they're like within the last few years. So if you haven't been to Vegas in 20 years, and you want to see what it's looked like within the last 2 or 3 years, then you could check out my old those old videos. I think I have a playlist. I think it's just the Las Vegas playlist maybe, and I think I have a lot of those videos in there from like the Strat. And I haven't stayed at Circus. I'm not that brave. But anyhow, Big Cook says healthcare is a human right and no justification for medical debt, in bankruptcy, and homeless for getting sick. I agree. Witchy woman saying you are Dutch. Wow, your English is amazing. Sorry, I assumed you were English. I apologize for trying to Americanize your speech. Hope you will forgive the intrusion. Hey, Mr. Bob Newell. Yo, Trucker John, sup? What's up with you, Mr. Bob Newell? Sup with you, man? Mr. Bob Newell, who's the hottie? I see that when people come in late, then I got to do the whole thing. It was just my ex-wife was in town. We went and had some dinner for my birthday. And then, and then if you look in there, the other one is on the right-hand side there on that postcard is Allie. That's my ex-wife's friend. They've been up here and having a good time in Vegas. And so we went to dinner. And then we went over to Trump International. And we flipped it off. We went to the Vegas sign, took a picture there. So we've been having some fun. And they're leaving today. They flew up, so I'm going to take them to the airport. But they will be taking me to lunch before we do that. I said, yeah, I'll drive you around, but you got to feed me. So we're going to go to lunch as soon as I'm done. In fact, I'm going to have to wrap this up pretty soon because I think I just saw a message pop up. I think that's my ex saying, where are you? I mean, she knew that I was going to do the show today, but she's probably just saying that they're about ready to go. So I'm going to probably end this, and then I'm going to pick them up, and we're going to go have lunch. And then I'm going to take them out to the airport, and they're going to fly back home. So I'm just kind of skimming the chat here real quick. Delta Don's here. Hey, Delta Don, good to see you. Thanks for jumping into the old chat room here. The old driver's lounge, as I like to call it. All right, guys. I'm just skipping on down. And all right, guys. I guess I didn't see anybody else hop in. All right, guys. So thanks so much for being here. Thanks for hanging out. A little House Parks post-show hangout, as we are wont to do. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. And I think I'm going to have to take a couple of these down in order to play the old outro. The old outro one. Okay, so there's that. But thanks for being here. We'll see you for members only. We'll see you Monday at 11 a.m. If you want to be a part of that show, you got to be a member. And then on Tuesday, we'll be here at 9 a.m. Pacific time. And then, of course, you can see my schedule. There's the old schedule, Thursdays and Saturdays. So, all right, guys, I'll see you Monday. For the members, I'll see you Monday, and Tuesday, everybody else. Thanks so much for being here. You guys are awesome. Thanks to the mods, Aaron and Jolie, for helping out and doing a great job that you guys always do. Thank you guys earlier for birthday wishes and for supporting the show. We had today Steve Sayers is a member for 6 months, celebrating that. Fancy gifted a membership. Thank you so much for that support. Always good to get the support and help grow the show and make it bigger, stronger, better, bouncier, all that good stuff. And now, before I go pick them up, though, I gotta go, do some quick stretching. I gotta stretch out my hamstrings because I don't want to have a tight hamstring. So I'm gonna do some quick stretching, and then I'm gonna hit the road over there. So, all right, guys, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next one.
come to an end. Don't be sad, no, don't you cry. We're all gonna come back and meet again. We'll have some fun times, hopefully. Nothing too bad. We might talk about war crimes, might talk about Baghdad. I doubt we'll talk about gold chimes, but if we did, I'd be on to cry. So hasta la vista, baby, the show is over, but could I ask maybe to take a shower? No, that's not what I meant, but I couldn't think of anything to rhyme with over. Now my whole rhyming scheme is all screwed up. Oh shit, I should've stopped a truck driving. Who am I trying to kid? At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kick. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream, this is where we win, right here on the Trucker John. At least when I was out there driving, I could handle the skid. Doing this live stream, baby, it's been a real kick. So I hope to see y'all again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. We gonna do it again and again and again, right here on the Trucker John live stream. Yeah, the Trucker John live stream. We're gonna come back and do it all again. No, this ain't no dream.